My fourth job of the day. I'm just killing some time. And she says she's 20 minutes away. So I'm like, golly, I wanted to go home. It's getting hot. The good thing is I'm in a very, very expensive neighborhood. The medium household the average household is about the 1.3, $1.4 million. And she lives in a modest home. Okay, so yesterday I was watching this video about this gentleman who was in law enforcement, and he started a dumpster removal company. And right now, at this time, he's got one dumpster roll-off truck. He's got a truck and a trailer, and he's got 5 bins. And he says he comes on the video, and I guess he's been doing YouTube videos for a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I have no idea. But I suppose this wasn't his first video, because he says a comment like this: all right, guys, I'm back on videos again, and a lot of people have been asking me. So supposedly he's been doing videos, and people have been asking him, they've been messaging him. I do not know the name of his company, or I would give him I would say his props to him. Okay, so here's what happened in the video. He says, all right, guys, a lot of people have been asking me, how much is my setup and how much did I spend to get started? He goes, well, the truck and the trailer, right off the bat, he says, the truck and the trailer were $150,000. And then the dumpster bins were another $100,000. And with the advertising, the website, the SEO and everything, and all the ads and the yard signs, he spent a little over $300,000 to get started. $300,000 to get started in the dumpster business. And then he says this comment. He says, and I'm looking forward to getting more dumpsters very soon. And I was like, whoa. That is somebody that is very optimistic about him getting more business and him running his business and him expanding his business. And that's what he says. He said, why did I spend so much money? This is what he says. He goes, I know a lot of people are going to say, why did I spend so much money? And this is his answer for that. Okay. He said, because I'm looking forward to the future of this business, to grow this business a lot bigger. That was his answer. So if you're wondering why he spent a lot of money on his business, and I'm going to tell you, it's because he wants to take this serious. He wants to leave his day job. And what's up, Wally? And he wants to take this full time and make it his permanent business. And that's why he got $300,000 in. Listen, it's his business, guys. Listen, and I tell everybody, everybody's business is going to be different. Everybody's business is going to be different. This guy is leaving law enforcement, and he started a dumpster business on the side. He's got a nice truck. I think it was like a 450 or 550. It was $100,000 truck easily, and then the setup was another 40. I don't know. Regardless, the truck and trailer was $150, and the extra bins were $100,000. That's $250. And then he says, and then I spent another 50 grand on advertising and marketing for my business. That's what he said. And overall, he spent $300,000 to start his business off. That's what he spent. $300,000. So right off the bat, starting a dumpster business cost him $300,000. Wow. Isn't that crazy? All right. So his setup, I've done it. I had that setup. Okay. The setup that he had was a dumpster pulling a trailer and then 5 bins. Okay. I had that setup already. About 10 years ago, I had 2 trucks, 2 dumpster trailers, and 12 bins. That's what I had. I sold everything after I found out that the dumpster business is really not competitive. It's really unnecessary when you're doing junk removal. It's just a waste of time. It was a huge waste of time for that, you know. Wally Khan says, I think that guy wanted to get rid of the money before his wife takes it. Yeah, you know what, Wally, he wanted to do something. I'll be honest with you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to tell you how I did it and what my expenses were to get in this business, okay? Into the dumpster business. So I will tell you that I had started my business for about 4 years. God, no. was about maybe 5-6 years. Okay, let's just say 6 years. It was 6 years I had started my business, and I had about $30,000 laying around. And I said, you know what? I want to do something supplemental. Now, I didn't think the dumpster business was going to take off. I would just do it once or twice a week. I started doing dumpsters, and I started doing dumpsters a lot. I'm sorry. I skipped a whole years. I went and bought a whole setup. The whole setup cost me $27,500. That was the dumpster trailer and 5 bins. One dumpster trailer and 5 bins. Now, the truck that I had that I was using cost me $4,500, and I had been using that for junk removal. I had other trucks also at the time. I think I had like 3 or 4 trucks at the time. Regardless, I had an F350 7.3 old school truck that I designated just for the dumpsters. And I said, this is the truck I'm going to use just for the dumpsters. That truck cost me $8,000. I spent $8,000 on that truck, and it was running great. It was a great truck. So far, I'm going to say that truck was $8,000 plus the $27,000. So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. $35,000. And I hooked it up to the back of my truck, and I took off. And I started doing dumpster rentals all in the DFW area. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. The business got really, really busy. It got really busy, and I decided that I would use one of my other trucks as a junk removal truck. And I was using the other truck, but I was using enclosed trailers. So I said, you know what? I'll just buy another. No, I didn't. Let me tell you what happened. I saw a post on Facebook that said, hey, my father and me started a junk removal business, and we decided to get out of it. We're not using these dumpsters. So I went to this guy, and I bought his dumpster and his 5 dumpster trailers, his dumpster trailer and his 5 dumpsters for $7,000. He just wanted to get rid of it. So $7,000, and I bought it, and now I had 2 setups. I had 2 dumpster trailers and 10 dumpsters. Okay, now the other 2, I bought them later on, but don't matter about those. Let's just talk about the ones I have. So in the 6th year, let's just recap. In the 6th year of doing junk removal, I decided to get into the dumpster business, and I bought a dumpster trailer and 5 dumpsters. That whole setup cost me $27,000, and then the truck to pull those cost me another $8,000. I spent $35,000. Are we there? We're there. So far, I have spent about $35,000 on my whole setup. Years later, I spent another $7,000 on just another dumpster trailer setup used. So far, I spent a little 35 plus another $7,000, $42,000. I spent $42,000 on 2 dumpster trailer setups and 10 bins. $42,000. This is long term. Both trucks that I use were F350 7.3s. Great trucks. This guy just started his dumpster trailer business with 5 bins and 1 badass truck for $300,000. You know what? 15% of $300,000 is? It's about almost $40,000. I spent 15% of what he did, and I have 10 dumpster bins and 2 dumpster trailers. He spent $300,000 for 1 dumpster trailer, a truck, and his 5 bins. $300,000. Guys, I'm going to tell you this, and the reason I say this is this. He got a bad deal. And I know he's trying to start his own junk removal business. I know that he's trying to grow his business, but man, to have that much debt in the dumpster business and to get out of that debt, that's tough, man. That's tough. And listen, the way you want to do your business is your business. But I just saw it and I want to make a comment about it. And I don't want to be rude about it. I'm just saying you got to watch out if you're starting a dumpster business to spend it right. The first rig I got cost me $27,000. I bought it cash. I had worked 6 years in junk removal, paying for everything cash. My dad always brought me up and grew me up, and he said, don't finance anything, pay cash. And that's why this piece of shit right here, Freightliner truck, cost me $5,000. And this is my, I think, 24th truck that I've ever owned, vehicle. right? And right now I've sold I sold 3 of my vehicles. No, I sold 4 of my vehicles, and now I'm down to 4 more vehicles. I only have 4 vehicles. I only own 4 vehicles right now as we're talking, including the Hummer, okay? I have paid for everything and financed nothing, okay? I've used my money wisely, so when I do a job, I can see profit a lot quicker. And I've grown my business like that. And you know, a lot of people love financing new vehicles. Well, new vehicles break down just as good as old vehicles do. I've had 2 problems with this vehicle before I even drove it. I had a gas filter that I needed to change, and a sensor, oxygen sensor on this vehicle right here. And it cost me right off the bat, the vehicle cost me $5,000, paid it cash, and then I spent another $500 fixing the problems, and the truck took off. And so far I haven't had any issues with it. Since it is slow as hell. It's a V6 a turbo, 3.5 turbo or something like that. It's a great vehicle. That's the way to make money. Something silly like that. It's super extended. And I've been looking at the auctions to buy a dually. The gentleman, the ex-veteran or ex-officer, or maybe he's still doing his other job. Of course he's still doing his job. He just said it and posted the video. He said that he spent $300,000, got it all financed. He's got great credit. And he got it all financed, and he bought this business because he bought the good dream. And that's what's going on right now. He's buying the dreams. There are a lot of YouTubers out there, a lot of these young YouTubers that are selling dreams, and that's all they're selling. Dreams. They don't show what it takes and the hard work that it takes to grow the business, and the sacrifices that you have to do, like missing soccer games, missing recitals, missing plays for school, missing dinners with your wife, swimming parties. They don't show that. And they don't show going out and being in 110 degree temperature here in Texas and running a legitimate junk removal service. They don't show that. They sell you a dream. That's all they sell you. You know what I mean? The best decade that I started my junk removal business in the best decade it was. Okay? COVID. COVID was the best. Okay? And it's gone now, but it is. And let's get back to the video. Stop buying the dream. You cannot manifest that dream into a reality because they haven't lived. Those YouTubers and those Instagrammers, especially the Instagrammers, are so fake. And those TikTokers that say they earn this much, oh sure, they made that much money, but they don't show the expenses in that money. They don't show it. I'm showing you right now, and I'm telling you that you will fail. And the guy with that dumpster company, I hope he succeeds. His percentage of succeeding is like 5 to 6%. It's so hard to get out of debt. Do you know how many dumpster rentals you have to sell? First of all, it's hard to make money in dumpsters. It's a very big competitive business. It's very difficult, and you're paying constantly. You're paying constantly that bill, that truck bill, the fuel, the dumping fees, and especially the financing that you have. So overall, it's a tough business. Anyway, my customer just arrived. She's opening the front door. Guys, I gotta go. Hope to see y'all soon. I'm coming, man. All right. See y'all later. Have a great one.